Lincoln's Legends is on a mission. Its goal is to spread awareness about the people that make the capital city great, digging deeper into the people and the art that collectively are the culture of the capital city.
Thank you so much for hanging out. Like, wowzers, some weird kid from Springfield's like, hey, I'm a big fan of your work. Like, thank you. Like, I mean, I can't imagine any other way that it would sound, but I mean, is that kind of how it came across?
Oh no, it's cool. I go home quite often. I still have family in Springfield, so hearing from people from Springfield is always a delight.
All right, good. Because I don't want to be that crazy
kid in California, they don't know what a horseshoe is, and it's hard to tell them.
You know what? Speaking of that, there's been an epidemic in the social media scene the last couple months where there's somebody from, they're from Springfield, but now they're, I think, like Colorado or Arizona or something. And they are like, I hope I don't lose you. I'm going to try and close.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. I hate having other windows open.
Yeah.
But just so I can focus. And for some reason, we had the Facebook chat that worked. There we go. Yeah. Awesome. So there's a guy that was from Springfield, and he's either in Arizona or Colorado. And he is milking that horseshoe meme like it's nobody's business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is. And it's like, I think it touches so many people here that they're just like, oh, I can't believe that nobody knows it. I can't believe. So, like, hearing it from you, that's an amazing story. But, like, being here, seeing our social media landscape, the guy's fishing. Like, he's fishing and just catching all day long.
Oh, yeah.
All day. Yeah. So you travel, like holidays, I guess? I mean...
sometimes, honestly, for Hollywood, it kind of shuts down around Christmas. So I try to make it out back home as much as I can, but I have 3 dogs, so it's kind of hard.
Oh, wowzers.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to break off and get home. So normally what I do is I kind of planned it randomly. I try to go in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because that way I still have friends here locally that can, house sit for me, and, so it's weird. So, like, whenever I go home, we kind of have, like, a merging of a Thanksgiving/Christmas day while I'm there.
I imagine you'd have to. And I guess that makes sense I'm learning, I definitely put the cart before the horse as far as production goes, and I'm learning that, and it makes total sense now in retrospect, seeing or hearing rather, that nobody wants to work during the holidays anyway. I imagine you want to spend that time with your family. So you do all that work that you need to do, and you're essentially airing or featuring or promoting whatever work that it is that you did during the year, and everything else is being highlighted. I'm going to unplug my headphones, and hopefully this is like a, what do they call it? An engineer's nightmare, but I'm going to mute the thing, right? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear a pop. How's the levels for you? Can you still hear me? All right.
It's good. I'm hearing like static though.
Then I'll put it back on. See, I like to check it out. Give me it's you know what? I'm also editing on this machine because I'm an idiot. But hold on. It's dumb. I'm learning as I go. And I don't claim to know everything, so I'm gonna mute this again.
What are you running?
Alrighty, and we're back. Is you good?
Yeah.
Less static?
Yeah, way less static.
Awesome. That's cool. Because I didn't realize, I don't know, there's a lot I don't know. I really thought, Jesus, what did I don't know, my brain's broken. It's really, really long day. I'm sorry, that'll be my go-to. If I get lost, it'll be my brain's broken. I'm very ambitious, and I'm doing lots and lots of things. I never intend to edit on a machine that I'm going to be doing an interview on, because if some shit's the bed, it's like, it's all gone. But as fate would have it, it's a large file. It's my highest performing machine. You don't want to hear about me or my life. I'm sorry. I'm trying to interview you.
I do want to hear.
I'm trying.
Here, I'll show you what we're working with here. So this is the office right here. So there's my Cintiq.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that all touchscreen? What you're doing your artwork on?
Yep.
That's bigger than most people's televisions.
Yeah. So you can here. Let me flip it around here. So yeah, like I can.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I'm so stoked that we get to use video. There's people that are gonna lose their shit when they see this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And here,
dude,
I'll give you a quick tour of the office real quick.
Yeah.
So like here's my my office
wow.
here. Got Iron Man and all the big stuff.
Dude, is that Princess Bride?
Oh, that no, it's it's the poster I did for Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, I did a poster for One Republic. Here's my toy of me, courtesy of Trojan Horse.
Oh, dude, that is fucking dope.
And I got the world champion belt for ZBrush.
I definitely want to hear about that. That's dude, wow.
You got googly eyes Darth Maul.
Oh, dude.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
But there's Chance.
Oh.
And then we got our office out here. We just purchased a crap ton of equipment, and we're now a fully fledged production house.
Oh, dude, you have your own sandbox. That's got to feel fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, with this thing here.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, man.
Oh,
so
dude.
This is so here. I'll
Are you gonna build your own world to see in? I mean, essentially, with that's what you're doing, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude. Wait, was that? That was fucking yes! This is Ghostbusters house. Yes, ladder, fucking ladder. Yes.
So yeah, we'll do a quick tour here. This is our management room here. We got more in here.
Oh, dude.
We got another unit here, and all of these are 20-core computers.
Oh my gosh.
Server rack.
Oh, but that's gonna suck though, knowing that you're responsible if that shit goes down.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we're moving stuff around.
Dude, that is awesome. Thank you so much. That's what this whole thing is. I want to give people a window into the world of others that have dreams and ambitions and say, the only person that's keeping you from doing it is you, because there are people from our hometown that are already living out their dreams just because they worked a little bit harder or they fought a little bit longer. And that's the quickest way that I can say what this is. It's, I don't want to go anymore. It's really weird because every conversation I have is different and amazing, and it's with a new person. And I try to briefly cover what this show is because I'm afraid that when other people are listening, like, oh damn, here goes the story again. We're gonna like fast forward it, and I gotta find the best way to highlight it because unfortunately I have verbal diarrhea, and even after I do, and even after 68 episodes, I still need to learn how to listen. So
you're fine. You're doing fine.
I do. So I got to give a shout out to Chewy, rather, that Barnes, that he's like, oh shit, you like Star Wars? I must show you.
Oh yeah.
I must show you. I have a friend. And I lost my shit, and I was a fanboy, and I was working the door where he was bartending, and we're just like, hey, buddy, anything, and he's like, I know, and this thing online. And as soon as I got online, I'm like, I'm not a fanboy. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. I'm sorry, but I need to find a better way not to nerd out in the first half of the email. Just, hey, I'm a fan. I got this thing. Please check it out. Hope to talk to you soon. Rather than the approach that I did take initially. So, and I'm aware of it. I'm well aware of it. But, yeah, so how did all this shit get started? I mean, we just got a tour of your office. You were in LA. You're from Rochester. You have a championship belt for
sculpting.
I don't want to call it graphic design. Yeah, sculpting. I mean,
yeah.
What the fuck? How did you get there?
So, honestly, so I went to Rochester High School, and I was really big into art, and I really wanted to be a comic book artist at the time, and it was one point in my life where I felt that it was very hard for me to get real world experience in the entertainment field because there was just no colleges, nobody was teaching me what I wanted to learn. And for quite some time I gave up. I didn't draw anything for like 10 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then
you were sitting on all this mentally.
Oh yeah. I knew what I wanted. I just had no no idea how to get to there.
Is it do you listen to Hollywood Babylon at all with Kevin Smith? Is that like the Dave School, like how all those people are just now getting like classical training in order to do kind of what they want to do? Not at all what you're doing,
in a sense. But I didn't go to Dave School. I went to the Noman School of Visual Effects.
Okay.
And
how did you figure out? How did you find out about that? Because right now, I mean, I think it's amazing that. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone listens to Babylon, but every week they're like, "Hey, go to Dave. If you really want to do this, go to Dave." And that hasn't always been an option. So how in the hell did you find out about the visual school that you wanted to go to?
So I literally watched all of my other friends. Lived in Chicago for a while. Lived in Edwardsville for a while. And I literally watched all my friends like pursue their dreams and start working in the entertainment industry. One of my first jobs ever was at the Esquire Theater, and I made some of the best friends that I'll keep for the rest of my life there.
That's awesome.
And I want to say, I remember being, 18, sitting in the parking lot at Esquire and talking to my friends and going, I see us all working in Hollywood someday, and 75% of us do.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's the tagline for the show. So that's how you open the show. There's a clip of this and this and this, and boom. I got it. Yeah. I'm looking at the marker right now. I remember where it is and write it down. You just got, my work's cut out for me now. But go ahead.
But yeah, it's so I gave up, and ironically, you just mentioned Babylon. So, my girlfriend at the time was deployed. And I was, sitting at our house and, playing video games all the time. And I just kind of, I watched Kevin Smith's Too Fat for 40.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene where, there's a part where he talks about it, his dad dying. And, I won't do the whole story, but you should definitely watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
It changed my outlook on life. It really did. And it kind of hit home. And, I haven't had a parent pass away or anything like that. But what the moral of the story was, life's too short. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Surround yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't realize personally how I'm married to a beautiful woman, but I didn't realize how much I had a hard on for Kevin Smith until I started doing production and I started doing work. And the first there's like 100 and I don't know, they're all terrible, but I think there's like 175 YouTube videos, like clips. And for the first that I have, and the first 80 of them were black and white. And people are like, why are you doing this? I'm like, well, because this camera is more sophisticated than what Kevin Smith used to make Clerks. And nobody's paying for this. So I'll make it black and white just because I fucking can.
Yeah.
And I, as the equipment got better and I got more comfortable with it, I started to use color. But yeah, and then there was also this, every time that someone would say something, you always go back to the conversation that I heard where his sister said, stop, don't talk about it, be about it. If you want to be a director, be a fucking director.
Yeah.
Just fucking stop, just do it. And it's not that I wanted to be a director. It's like, yeah, I'd love to podcast. It's like, well, just fucking do it and you'll figure it out along the way. So yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. And that's amazing that, he inspired a shitload of people, apparently. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't even, my even when I told my friends that I was thinking about, getting back into the art game, they steered me into Noman and, let me come crash on their house, at their house here in California to check stuff out for school. And, some of them even sent me concept art books. And I was like, whoa, wait, you can design like entire worlds and people will pay you for that,
That's fucking awesome, man.
So from there, I've kind of tapped into my entrepreneurial side and gotten into games, film, and TV, and not just graphic design, because that's what I was doing back home, and I was barely getting paid minimum wage.
But it's all spec. They're like, hey, can you do this? And then it's like, no, I can't.
Yeah, or like an album cover for like $50, and you're like, come on, man, Jesus. Like, come on, like, I'm making less than a McDonald's. But it's been a crazy whirlwind of the last 5 years. So I moved out here in 2011, and since then, I've worked on almost 20 films. Started my own company. So yeah,
It's gotta be fucking
I own
dope.
all this.
Like I saw your handles for everything, and I lost my
Mhm.
shit even further because you kept the 217 and you're out there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, ah! Like, if I was ever to put some shit together, and for this one, I felt that everyone, the very short, briefly, rather than putting 217 on the handle, it's Lincoln something, and my spin on it is we can be whoever we want to be. We live in an age where the content that we put out there, whether we're taking a picture of some scrambled eggs or sneakers, it's gonna live on like digitally. So you can either use your platform to build, design, and to create, or you can use it to shit on somebody. Either way, you're going to leave a legacy. And I want to challenge people around me, and essentially it's challenging myself not to be a dirtbag and not to take pictures of scrambled eggs or sneakers, but to post something that I'm actually proud of. And essentially you do make your own legacy in doing that. So that's a roundabout way of saying the story, or the origin for my stuff, because I'd brand the shit out of it, 217. It'd be awesome. And just to see that out there, it's like, fucking right. Like, he didn't forget where he came from, and you don't get a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of people that should know where they came from, and it's awesome that your handles are still 217. So.
Oh yeah, no, my heart is still, my heart's still in Illinois. Love growing up in Chicago. I love Springfield. I love a lot of the people there. Man, every once in a while, I get really, really homesick, but I also that truncates, because when it's like, well, I get to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get to
absolutely.
be here, and it's a privilege.
Yeah, no.
And I want to keep doing this forever.
Yeah.
And
well, apparently.
So I'm trying to set that up,
Yeah.
to where I've always got my fingers in something and doing something creative, and like we're getting ready as our studio. We've jumped into VR, and we're getting ready to do our own series of games that have my characters that I've created, and other people are gonna we're bring on, and with other IPs and
did this start with like notebooks of ideas of concepts and shit, and then now
I think I have. Yeah, I still have one. Yeah, just like this.
Yeah, that's gotta blow your goddamn mind to sit there and think that this was it was never tangible, and now we live in a world where it can be. And
yeah, it's absolutely I even have I think this is like me trying to design my office if I was gonna be staying in Springfield. Like this is how old it is.
Oh, dude, that's
you know what I mean? Like I have notebooks everywhere, design ideas and everything.
That's fucking awesome. So how? Okay, so this it's 3D sculpting. The ZBrush,
ZBrush, yeah.
ZBrush. It's 3D sculpting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Take me through all of that, because obviously you have to be amazing at graphic design in order to step up the game to the sculpting, correct?
Yes.
So that's kind of where it starts. I mean, if you want to boil it down as if I'm kindergarten, I'm coloring with crayons and drawing circle and stick figures. Yeah. And then you're going to move in that to your, how does it get from the graphic design portion in the design to the sculpting?
So when I jumped into it, I had just taken a traditional clay sculpting class at Noman, and then I jumped into the digital side. And what I was finding out was that people are using this to achieve very lifelike illustrations. Not only just for illustration, but I can 3D print this out. I can print out
holy shit,
or doing that. So I get more bang for my buck, so to speak, to design in this venue, and then I paint on top, in Photoshop or something like that to create these things.
Yeah.
And then so what that program did for me is it allowed me to see a bigger picture and how much 3D modeling, especially in this day in age, is so crucial. It's being used with the advent of 3D printing to where anybody with a little bit of money can put together a 3D printer, with household parts or whatever. it's really the innovation. I've done work for the government before, and
Wow.
design things for them. And there's design properties for the medical field, the toy field. Like we've done some stuff in the past with Hasbro and worked on toys for that. And it's uh it's kind of crazy how much that field touches everything. And seeing that, I saw a chance to create a design house based on digital sculpting and concept art. And since then, we've been open for about 3 years. And now we are branching out and becoming a visual effects house as well. So we're
Holy
a full
shit,
fledged
dude.
production studio, and I believe if everything goes right, I'll probably be directing my first short by the end of the year.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Dude. Okay. I'm doing my best to follow the story, but unfortunately I have your portfolio just rotating in the background. So I'm like, how is this shit being done? Like, how do you even start with some of these? Everything is so intricate. Every single slide that I'm looking at. I mean, if I'm gonna scroll over real quick and just say one of your work for Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the fuck? Like, is it just like your stencil and then you just branch out and then you make that 3D? Like, how are you making this 3D? I don't understand. I mean, because I have a baby brain.
Okay, so well, I can try and walk you through a little bit of it here. Let me see. I can try and do it one-handed here, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
no. I don't expect you to do that. I'm just saying if you could just. So, I mean, because you're essentially sculpting it with. Like I said, I don't understand how you can draw the dimensions. You can make it pop with shading and things like that. How do you make it three dimensional?
Okay, so yeah, the audio just messed up a little bit here. Let me put on my fancy little computer glove.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Do you got me
And I'm
still?
gonna rotate the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's one I'm working on right now.
Yes.
So as you can see, I can rotate in three dimensions, right? So I'm gonna use this backplate
Holy
here.
shit. Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. So the whole thing rotates.
Yeah, the whole thing rotates around.
Do you start just like drawing like one arm and then that becomes 3D? Like how does that work?
So yeah, you just kind of like you pull shapes, and everything starts from an egg or a shape or a sphere.
Oh,
So here's this right here. I don't know if
yeah.
you guys can see this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I can just start carving.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right. So I can just start just sculpting away.
Oh, wow.
Adding to
That is my question altogether. Like, because I can tell like layers with shading and things like that, but no, that is all 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you just saved a bunch of money on school supplies too.
Yeah,
you don't gotta.
That's how dense the polygons are. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, there are millions of them MFers.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, I use this for illustration. Now, this couldn't animate very well, but what I can do is then hand this off to a modeler and have him recreate it using the asset that I created, which makes his job easier, and have him go back and remodel it properly for visual effects or for a toy.
Holy
or for,
shit, dude! And you own that. You own 100% of that.
Yep.
It's that you just cut out a lot of people too. Essentially,
yep.
I mean, in the concept, the design, the building, like you said, the 3D printer. Holy shit, dude! That is awesome.
So you can see the amount of detail that you can get in there and do.
You'd spend your whole life in there in that one object.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude! So this is.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me load this here, and I'll show you guys a little bit of the preview of what we're gonna do as far as my IP here that I'm working on. So it's gonna be a film property and a video game property.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Concept models, main, and let's choose the bounty hunter guy. And he'll load up. So I've been working on this character for probably about 5 months now, just in my spare time. Let me see if it's gonna load here. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, so we're doing a space western film property, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So this is my bounty hunter.
I just expanded the screen so I can see it. Holy shit. That is awesome. You can literally, it blows my mind that you can make your own world and it's tangible. Like for forever, you could do coding. You could do anything that you wanted to do in the sense of this program is this character in this program is like 8-bit or 2-dimensional, but this changes everything.
Yeah, so at the same time, as I'm designing the character and the costume for the film, I can 3D print this out, put in Hasbro joints, and I have a toy at the same time.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, all I want to do is, give this toy away to some young kids and just be, watch them lose their, their brains over it,
Well, no, absolutely.
That's my one test. If the 13-year-old me would lose his shit and
yeah,
really buy this thing,
no, absolutely.
That's my judgment.
Yeah, but can't you make 2 different versions? I mean, they make like Hot Toys now, right? Those are the huge ones.
Oh yeah.
And then you can make the pop art, and then you're done.
Yeah.
So those a Hot Topic and Toys R Us. You don't gotta work for like a month, right?
Oh yeah. So we believe it or not, we already have a Pop Toys version.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
We already do.
Yes.
We're gonna be reaching out to them soon. And they'll probably redo it.
Doesn't matter because it's still
yeah.
That's amazing. Sorry, I jumped to conclusions. I didn't mean.
Oh no, you're good. So here, let me show you this here too. Let me grab this off my shelf here. Oop, so I don't drop anything.
Careful,
okay,
careful.
I'll turn this around here. I hope you can see it very well. So this is a design maquette. Let me see if I can.
Gotta get better lighting. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
So this came out of my 3D printer.
Holy shit!
So this is one of my creatures also for the Space Western.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Please tell me it's going to be better than Cowboys versus Aliens, right?
Oh, yeah. I hope so. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm one of those rare individuals where I truly do enjoy almost going to the theater at all times, and I would probably give my left nut to work with Jon Favreau at some point.
Well, absolutely. That's kind of the idea.
But,
Yeah. No.
But no, like the Iron Man piece, that I worked on, that starts out as a sculpt, and or, sometimes a client will already have an asset that they can give me, and then I paint on top of it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was for, there was a bunch of us that were tasked to possibly redesign the in-credit sequence. You know how Marvel has always the really cool...
Yeah, the Easter eggs.
So that illustration was actually just for a in-title, I guess, project. So it wasn't actually for the film. Everything had been designed at that time.
Yeah.
And the original design is by, I believe, Phil Saunders and or Ryan Meyerding from Marvel. Mm-hmm. And those guys are just super talented. And, so all that wasn't my design. That was just literally my rendering of design for something like that.
Yeah, but it's still your vision, so you can't take away from your vision. Yeah, we were... we definitely bonded over Star Wars, me and Chewie, and he's like, yeah, have you seen the trailer? He's like, I refuse to see the trailer. He's like, have you seen the poster? He's like, not only have I seen the poster, but I know a guy that knows a guy that worked on it. And I said, fuck you. Fuck you. There's no way you know that. Mm-hmm. And of course, we're both being childish, and, we're both in our 30s, but it doesn't matter. I think he's a little older, but no, he's a fuck you. And then he had to show me, and I was like, you win. You win, son of a bitch.
That's great.
Win. Yeah. People that listen to this show are going to be Star Wars out probably in the 8th episode of the new season. Actually, we'll even say 3 because my wife is cool enough to say, I want you to love the ring that you have. So we had one made in Anakin's lightsaber.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, it doesn't translate well, but I'll send it to you. I'll send you a photo.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not. Yeah, I also have a spacer in here because I lost weight for the wedding, and since it's custom made, like it doesn't. You can't just go and ask them. Can you just burn another one? No, I'll put a spacer. It'll be fine. No, I'll send you what the image looks like. After the show because I don't want to dig in deep. But
interesting note.
Yeah,
you can design that ring in ZBrush and then print it out and cast it in metal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you
That
can do a lot of things with this program.
that's wow. So are you teaching the class now? Is that right?
Yeah, I do teach occasionally. I'm getting ready to launch a course on schoolism.com.
Okay.
And that's with Bobby Chu, he's worked on several films and properties, an amazing illustrator. And his wife Kay and them run the Schoolism House, and then let me see here. What else do they? I think they just got done working on the new Alice
Oh
in
yeah,
Wonderland.
yeah.
Yeah, he did amazing. Those guys did some amazing work on that, and I'm very lucky to travel with them sometimes and go all over the world. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you were in Croatia and the internet didn't work very well.
mhm.
And like I can't
Yeah,
complain.
yeah.
Number one, I was stoked that you were kept corresponding with me, and number two, I'm like, nobody cares about my shitty show. Nobody cares, and I can't be mad about booking people. And they're like, hey, can you get back to me? And I'm like, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's probably working on 8 things. He's probably just really, really busy. No, come to find out, you're in Croatia. I can't even say the word, but you were there.
Yes.
And they have bad internet. Tell me what was going on in Croatia. Was it like a training thing? Was it R&D? What was it?
So it was so it's a little bit of both. So there is a art festival there called IFCC. And it's about bringing together creatives and artists from all over the world to share their knowledge and their workflows and their design philosophy and just all in all, just learn from each other.
So you guys didn't wear
Um,
pants and ate peyote? Like, is that what
yeah,
happened?
yeah. Well, there's those days, but then
Or is
there's other
it
days.
ayahuasca that the kids are into? Is that?
Yes,
Is
yes,
that?
something like that.
I
I'm
heard it from
sure.
Joe Rogan. I never did it. Joe Rogan. I heard it from Joe Rogan.
Nice. But yeah, no, but that's also where they film Game of Thrones.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So is it one of those places that's been taken over by the tourists in the film, like New Zealand, or is it actually something that you can? Okay.
And it's amazing, and it's super cheap.
Really?
Super cheap. I think the beers. We had a bunch of beers. I think like a Heineken was maybe 50 cents US.
What?
Yeah.
That's like $4 here at least. I haven't
Yeah.
drank in a while. I have what's called a drinking problem, so I stopped. I drank too much. I tried to drink all the liquor in Springfield for about a decade. I did
Oh
not
yeah, dude. I
succeed.
try to tell people out here. I was like, yeah, I've been to bars where they had 25-cent drafts, and they're like, shut up.
Yeah, that's.
No, you didn't. And I'm like, well, because you go to bars out here in California, everything's $20.
I'm sure.
Ugh.
I'm sure. Where is, I guess, okay, I don't do show prep, so I'll just say my brain's broken all the time because I think it's ignorant to have a list of questions that's predisposed and an agenda, and I just.
That feels fake that way.
Right? I'm like, hey, how about
that it's
this?
proper.
Now, do you have an artist circle that you are close to in your community? I always hear jokes about like the Comedy Store, or people hang out with just a small clique, or like a coffee shop. There's people that just hang out there. Even Silicon Valley, there's like little restaurants and people just hang out these diners. Like, do you have a favorite spot where you and like-minded people hang out? And is it just a very inclusive group, or is it a very large group?
I'd say in the concept art community, I would say it's a very large but yet small community. Everyone's kind of everywhere, and it's a hard job to get. I mean, it's I still struggle to stay relevant and constantly upping my skills and doing personal projects. And
you got to be hungry, right? I mean, no one's gonna hand it to you.
You got to want it because we're lucky if there's more than 1,000 concept artists working in our field.
Wow.
The market is super small, and you got to think like every 6 months there's someone graduating that wants your job. So you really gotta market yourself well. You gotta know how to do that. I've been very blessed and lucky to be a part of several entities that fly me all over the world. And do talks. So it's very like TED Talks, you know what I mean? Like, about creativity and my path from essentially being a pizza delivery guy to creature designer.
That's amazing, dude. That's awesome. It's awesome that you're hungry because, like you said, you kind of have to be, and there
Yeah.
is always somebody behind you, somebody before you, and somebody you got to respect everybody. And I have no level of success, but I have found a better way to communicate with people, I
Mm-hmm.
think, and that's why I do my best to open by saying I don't know anything. I don't. I'm trying to learn because I feel that the minute that I even get comfortable and feel like it's a success or I know everything, then that's the time that I stop growing, and that's a scary, scary time.
Well, as an artist, you'll never stop learning. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you how many times I meet people that work in this field. They're like, "Yeah, I'm just going to learn this program. And that's it." And you're like, "No, no, 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 no. I will always be learning." I work in the studio from 10 in the morning to about 10 at night. You know, it I haven't stopped moving since I've gotten my foot in this industry, because I know that it's about passion, it's about love, and people can smell that coming a mile away. If you don't know names like Stan Winston or J.J. Abrams or Steven Spielberg or like all these other names, Kevin Smith, if you're not following these guys, you don't know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what this industry is all about. You don't have If you just think it's a cool industry to be in, you're not going to last long. You have to really want to be a part of this industry to stay in this industry. And even myself, I've diversified where I'm not just film. I'm games. I'm TV. I'm VR now. And pretty soon, who knows? It'll be more 3D printing as well. I'm trying to have many facets in my company to where there's always a source of income, so I can do this for the rest of my life. I can go to movies. I can, do the market research. I can, I am that consumer whore that's going to go buy every Star Wars toy
Mm-hmm.
out on the planet. It's I have a love for it so much that that I think it comes from the Esquire days where I worked at the Esquire, I worked at the Fox Theater, and I didn't have a lot of money. And so when you give a 16, 17-year-old kid unlimited movie tickets, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of
Well,
that. You know what
sure.
I mean? I'm going
Yeah.
to That became my second home, and I still go to the theater religiously. I'll see movies 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times, because I live so close to a movie theater, and it's no longer about just going to see a movie. I'm there to study.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to look at how they played with color, how they lit their subjects, how they're doing their storytelling, and what works and what doesn't, and what are the beats and where you have story coming, and understanding how to build those worlds that are believable, that take people to other places for just a limited amount of time. It's That's what I want to do. That's what I want to give to this community, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Do you ever think, because this is something that it's just like a red light in my head, um, about the way that the content is delivered, specifically the trailers? I worked for the Carasotes for a number of years growing up, and it was a huge event to put the summer trailers together in a reel, and you're sitting there with all the employees, and it was
You're splicing it together.
Yeah, this exclusive access. And that's the only time that you got to watch like 6 trailers and you felt like you were on top of the world.
Yeah.
And now you can just sit at home and click Apple TV or Hulu or Chromecast or whatever the French that you want. I mean, even your computer, you can just watch it on YouTube. Like, do you ever like reminisce about that? Where like, holy shit! Like, again, going to these movies, like instead of like you said, it's all research. It's all research instead of just like, oh, I have to go through these steps. And maybe does that motivate you to work harder, knowing that the content is easier, accessible, and things like that?
Yeah, it's never been easier to get your ideas shown. You know, like Kevin Smith maxed out his credit cards and sold all his whole comic book collection in order to make Clerks. He didn't have Kickstarter. He didn't have Indiegogo. He didn't have the internet as a voice of, or a way to, talk to other like-minded people. He had an amazing group of friends and family that said, "This is what you want to do, then we're going to help you do it." And man, I can't stress that enough. Like when I heard him say, "You got to surround yourself with positive people," that's what I did, and unfortunately, it led me away from Illinois. Because there was a lot of people that I had parents that were like, why you really think you're gonna go draw Ninja Turtles for the rest of your life?
Yes,
And
I
then
do. Yes.
I worked on Ninja Turtles and I was like, okay, well,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do actually. Like, don't if the word of advice, if someone has passion, don't ever try to squander that. Always feed that passion, because you never know what you're gonna get. If someone didn't feed the guys at Pixar the passion, we'd never see the amazing stories that they tell every year. It takes zero effort to applaud someone's effort, and a whole lot more to shun them and to make them feel like they don't belong in society. I never thought my dreams would come true, or in the fashion in which they have. And now I just, when I want something, I go after it. I go after it with a tenacity that I've never had in my life before. And I don't think that anything is out of reach. There's nothing that's out of reach.
That's bonkers. That's amazing. I mean, that's the whole, like, it's really weird how, without getting to speak to you before the show at all, just hit record. Like, this is exactly what I need for myself personally, and that may be selfish, but I essentially want to flip that, where I get to have this amazing experience and this one-of-a-kind lightning in a bottle, and then I get to share it, like, piece by piece with other people. And that's...
There's nothing greater.
No, there's not. It's... Every conversation that I get to have is emotionally exhausting in a good way. And then I get to, since I finally learned how production works, I get to experience it with other people, just at a different time, because with the last season, everything was so condensed. I didn't understand how production worked. It was just I'd record it and post it immediately. But now I have the time to work on it and to put everything together. And this is the right fit for this moment, and this is the right fit for that moment, and this is what we need right now.
Yeah.
And it's just, wow.
You're honing your skills. You're forging your destiny, and that is something, not everybody has access to, everything that it took to, to get me to where I am now, or to you to where you are now.
Yeah.
But, if you look at how the trends, where there was always a middleman, right? The need for a lot of middlemen has almost completely gone.
Yeah.
When I'm going, I'm going to pitch a lot of my stuff to a lot of the bigger studios out here. And by big studios, I mean like Paramount or Fox or something like that,
Real shit.
And that's great. And that'll be great, but honestly, if I had to turn a movie into a series for Hulu or for Netflix or for Amazon, I'm going to take that chance. To me, they are just as big, if not bigger, than Paramount, because they were built. Excuse me, I'm drinking water in my throat.
Oh, good, you're fine.
They were built in a time where it was needed, right? But you don't need the middleman anymore. You can cut, edit, direct, and put content on YouTube and start something for yourself.
That shit's scary.
It may take years. It may take a week and you go viral. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you're at the whim of whatever you want to do. You know, you look at the Epic Mealtime guys, like that stuff baffles me. You know, like you had to be, a bunch of dudes with an idea to make outrageous food, and then they just film it, and it, now one of them's in Hollywood as an actor. Like he used to be a teacher. And that's awesome. I love that. I love that we live in a day and an age where content, there's so much need for content and original stories and new things where, don't get me wrong, I would love to work for Disney and have in the past and do more stuff with them. But, right now they kind of have a monopoly on pop culture.
They do.
So, now's the time to see some original stuff come through.
Especially since everything's being regurgitated too.
Oh, yeah.
I had this conversation with a couple of the people, and it's got to be something like, I'm not I don't dabble in drugs, and I don't drink anymore, but there's got to be some explanation and some correlation between LSD and Fantasia. There's got to be some correlation between doing a lot of cocaine and a lot of movies in the 80s. There's got to be a correlation. Like, I don't know if like the drugs were really, really good and that's why people were creative, or maybe the drugs are so good now that people are lazy. Like, I don't know. But I don't know what that's about, but it's got to be something, because I don't feel that there's a need to regurgitate a story if the story has been done and it worked. I mean, that's like, I almost feel like they're going to try and redo Back to the Future. And it's like, why? Why would you touch?
Yeah, I mean, so in terms of a business, Hollywood is a business. If you want to make something personal, you're going to have to probably take a lot more risk and do it yourself. There's a lot of things that I see on the internet that are absolutely false. And, cause also coming from someone that probably has never actually worked in this industry. Case in point, like I remember when the first Turtles came out, it was getting ready to hit the theater and everybody was like, oh, they're aliens. And I was like, no. That was a very, very brief, from what I can remember, it was like maybe a week-long discussion.
Yeah, but it
never happened, and we never changed it, so...
Well, it didn't help that the special effects, it wasn't Eastman, because Eastman's the artist. Who is the special effects artist, or follow me and piece together the holes? The guy that had a storage locker full of the special effects, and he just sold it all off because he said the franchise was going to tank. Are you familiar with that story?
Oh, yeah. So, I'm trying to think. So, like, as far as movie memorabilia or just the collection in general?
No, it's movie memorabilia, and he's like, I don't need this because it's going to be ruined and this, that, and the other. I thought it was a huge, like, as soon as Michael Bay took over the production of it, it's just like, I have a feeling that took a lot of fan interest off of it and kind of put a stain on it when the guy's like, I don't need this shit. Like, all of it. Like, you can have it because it's going to be ruined.
So... The thing of it is, and I truly believe this when it comes to doing reimagining of things in our past, they're not doing it for us.
They're doing it for money.
It's always about money.
Oh yeah,
it's always about money, and I will tell you that I do it for the love and the passions, but the only way I'm able to do that is if I make a paycheck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't be homeless and make movies.
No, absolutely, yeah.
But in that regard, going back to that subject, and we can even talk Star Wars about this. When they do something like that, when they make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, it's not for us. Of course, it's going to touch that nostalgia mark, right? And we're all going to go see it. Even though we may go, oh, I'll never see it. I'm gonna go see it. I will always go see it.
I'll see it by myself. I didn't tell nobody, but I
may bitch and I may moan, but exactly. But it's to reintroduce it to a new generation. It's a wheel. You got to keep the wheel going, or it just goes and fades away. Star Wars was one of those. Episode 1 wasn't. It wasn't for us.
Yeah.
It was for the next generation, and the reason I know this is like, there's a lot of people out there that, that really, really hate Jar Jar, I was one of them for a while, but then I understood what was going on, and I understood why he's in there, and it's for the 4-year-olds. You know what I mean? And if you
Yeah.
talk to a younger generation, maybe they're 18 now, or they're 19 or 20, or in their early 20s, and they'll be like, you could always say, well, what do you think of Jar Jar? And like those kids, and I say kids, those young adults,
Sure.
they say, I had no problem with Jar Jar. I loved him. Which immediately tells me that, the first 3 Star Wars episodes 1 through and 3, or 1, 2, and 3,
Sure.
they weren't for us.
Well, that you bring up an interesting,
which is wrong.
No.
Yeah.
You bring up an interesting point, and a buddy of mine, his daughter is 6, and he asked me how I would approach that situation, and I looked at it the same way you did. She's not going to understand.
Yeah.
That she's not going to see the arc. She's not going to see the whole. She's not going to see anything. Just 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I looked at it as, like, just Legos and Dawson's Creek and a lot of like just
Dawson's Creek.
Well, just the love story, like back in the day, that was a relevant statement, and it was it was years ago. But I looked at it like that through that lens, and no, it totally makes sense, and it stinks that lives were ruined and careers were destroyed. Hayden Christensen, like everybody that was put in that position would have shot the bed. Everybody. It's not what was written down. It's not
Well, I think
what was.
So the rumor mill is that Ewan McGregor is coming back and doing a trilogy of just Obi-Wan stories.
Our house is how do we say, it's not a house divided, but I'm very lucky in the sense that I know we're gonna get Star Wars for the next Star Wars every Christmas until
for the next 40 years,
right, until we die.
Yep.
So I'm
totally okay with that.
Well, see, I gotta preface it like this. I got to wear my May engagement ring, we'll call it, in October because it's a good marketing tool. Yeah. Shout out to Denny Jeweler. They're like, hey, I see that you do all these things. It's like, maybe we can work something out. Still pay for everything, but we can work something out. So we were Star Wars all in from October to December, and just to show how much that I appreciate my wife, and I love the fact that she puts up with my junk. All of Christmas in the house was Doctor Who, because she loves Doctor Who. Yeah. I even went so far as to her birthday is a couple months after that, and I told her, I said, baby, I love you, but we're getting ready to get married. I said, I can't do a lot of big things for your birthday, and she was a little bummed, but she understood because I was saving all the money for the wedding. Yeah. Well, in doing that, I once a month I bought something different themed for Doctor Who or David Tennant. Leading up to the wedding, where the day before we got married, the day of our rehearsal, we had a special photo shoot where I got David Tennant's suit tailor-made. Since I bought one thing every 3 weeks, every paycheck, we could film our own episode of Doctor Who that
That's
day.
awesome.
And totally surprised her. I got Cybermen from London that make the voice changers, and they're full masks. I got an Ood, I got Silence, I got a handful of my dirtbag friends. Shout out to all my friends that came out and just swarm the gates, and just all jumped out and did Doctor Who. So we're very, very. I get a second chance at childhood, but I'm going to show her that I love her just as much, because I know that it can be oversaturation, and I'm well aware that we're gonna have Star Wars for the rest of our lives. So I had to tell you there's a balance. There's gonna be Star Wars forever, but our whole house is a cross between Kapali and wow, my brain's broken, David Tennant. So she loves all of it. But dude,
Tennant's my favorite right now. Tennant's still my favorite.
Oh, absolutely. I got Chuck's, but I got my own. They're 3M, so they just reflect rather. Yeah, I had to do my own thing. Had to it was bonkers because we ended up going to Vegas for our honeymoon, and we cosplayed every day in a sense of she wore a nice dress, I wore a nice suit. And the day that we had, the day that we wore the tenant, and she dressed as I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this incorrectly. River. She had all rivered out.
River song. Yeah,
all rivered out. The vortex manipulator, screwdriver, all of it. Well, we had dinner at Gordon Ramsay's place, and nobody there knew what the hell was going on. I was like, this is supposed to be like your Superman, and nobody here knows that I'm dressed like your Superman. You guys are all faking it, and you're terrible at faking it. And they're just like, no, we're great. We're happy you're on vacation. And I was like, you have no idea. Whole suit. No idea. I'm just going to take this jacket off. I look like a jackass. So.
That's awesome.
Sorry for, the verbal diarrhea and spitting out about my life. I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's just the sense of I want to get to know you. After this conversation, you're an amazing dude. I just have to keep in the back of my mind that everyone else has already heard these shitty stories, but I'm telling them to you for the first time. So I have to. It's like,
well, I appreciate.
It's like an old man. It's like an old man. It's like, here it goes the story again. Here it goes. Mm-hmm. Fast forward. Right
Absolutely.
If it's possible, I don't like to. I think for the first interview, I think an hour is really, really good. Okay. Solid content, but I have a new direction. New direction? Is that what you said? That's what the new Blink album was going to be called. New Direction, but you say it really quick and it's something else. Say New Direction really fast. No,
New Direction.
Yeah, see?
New Direction.
Anyway, we're going in a new direction this season. I feel that if I always like to leave conversations open. So that being said, I want to get to a good point where we can pause, and I say pause because I love to keep these windows open and always check in. It's much easier to say, hey, this guy's got this awesome stuff, or this lady, or this person's got some awesome stuff going on right now, and people are like, why the hell are you so excited? Episode this, listen to this whole backstory. It's amazing. And then come back to this quick video. Like, that's what I want to do. And I'm trying to set up a really big network and foundation, and I really want people here to stop itching about how there's nothing to do, and nobody makes it or does anything. And then I can say, not only do I know a guy that knows a guy, but I got a whole hour conversation with that person that you can go and learn and do and thrive in your passion and whatever it is you want to do. So after all that verbal diarrhea, we're at 60 minutes, and I would like to open the floor up to where you can say anything that you want to say. And then after that, what we'll do is we'll pause the conversation, and by pausing, it'll just be ending this conversation. But I always love to go back and revisit. So.
I know. I'd love to. If anything were to ever pop up in Springfield, to where I was able to, come back and do almost like a lecture talk or kind of what I do for some of these art festivals, and talk to young students or people thinking about getting into film or anything like that. I would absolutely be able to do so. Maybe that's up to you if you want to help facilitate that or reach out to people. Maybe somebody that's at either Lincoln Land or Illinois. What doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm always more than welcome to share anything that I've learned through this whole crazy process. From coming from Springfield and all the way out here to Los Angeles now. So there's more than you think. There's more Springfieldians out here than you think. And we kind of stay in touch, I have a guy that I grew up with, Sean Heisinger. He's out here too, and he's in the same field. And maybe I should put you in contact with him.
Absolutely, I'd love to. I love just having these windows open, and this guy knows this guy, and it's amazing that we get to document our experience. And I feel like I don't want to say that I'm cursed, but since I've started this, I feel obligated to share this amazing gift that we have. And it's not everybody's okay just reaching out to somebody, let me grab your phone number, do you want to sit down and talk for a little bit? Not everybody's okay with doing that. And I've never met a stranger, and it's awesome to be able to share. And you were saying about like Lincoln Land or UIS or whoever, there's no better pitch than a conversation. And it's like, yeah, if you want to learn more, I don't have to sell you on anything. All you have to do is press play. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
And you've already laid the groundwork. All you had to do was open the door, and it's awesome. I would love to get in touch with another guy or another woman, another person, anybody that is just has your passion. And it's crazy to see that there is a large network, and it just keeps going and going and going. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're at 60 right now. We're going to pause it, and we'll talk off air. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We'll talk it. We'll do the business end of things. Yeah. But since we've had this door open, please don't feel weird if you see me grab all the content that you post about going to an event and say, this guy's doing some awesome stuff, and it's coming through the Lincoln's Legends feed or the website, and then it's going to say, if you have any questions or don't know who he is, reference episode ... because I mean it's essentially an hour-long window. And what do you do? And I've really found out that I have so many interests, and rather than exhausting myself, I don't have to physically be anywhere. I can just read my feed, and I can say, how do you not know about this awesome thing from this awesome person that's happening? And I could just sit there and I could literally retweet my entire life. And I'm not saying that I do want to go out and have experiences, but you know as much as I do, when you get some downtime and you're stoked about something, you're like, I could spend time doing this, like right now. I could spend time, I could have dinner with my wife, or I could blog about how awesome the show is with you are, but I could just hit, check out this awesome show, he's got a good thing, click, and it's good. And I can virtually live in both worlds. So yeah, like I said, don't be freaked out or whatever, but I hope that you could gather from this conversation, I'm very passionate, but I also don't want it to grab all your content and say, why is this guy grabbing my stuff? I know he's excited, but that's weird. So all right, well, I'm gonna give the social media plugs or any plugs that we can find all of your information, and then we'll pause the show. All
right, sounds good. You just want me to tell you all
yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Just give it a rundown of all your social media things so they can find you.
Oh wow! So I have a Facebook page. It's Justin Goby Fields Art, and that's a personal Facebook page. And then my company is called Ironklad Studios with a K. And you can follow us on all the Instagram and all the Twitter and Facebook stuff with there. I have Instagram as well. It's jfields217. Imagine 217. That. I think that's about it. Yeah, like if you go to any of those sites, you should be able to find all the links that you can possibly imagine in order to follow us on that kind of a spectrum.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to pause the show here.
Lincoln's Legends is on a mission. Its goal is to spread awareness about the people that make the capital city great, digging deeper into the people and the art that collectively are the culture of the capital city.